right.
We talk go ahead, bro.
That goes right with strategy, you know.
Right.
Then it goes part right hand with third strategy. Again, with the protesting that just happened. As soon as we saw it, straight go protest.
That's true.
We didn't have no strategy, no nothing.
That's true.
That's kind of the problem now. Killer Mike also made the point. We need to sit down as black people and formulate a strategy. How are we actually going to stop this?
Mm-hmm.
Because I see this quantity, I see this as surface level problems.
I was just about to get into that.
They constantly keep throwing the surface level problems towards us. And then we keep finding the surface level. We do all of this. Protests. People are dying on the streets.
Yeah.
A kid from Howard just died.
Yeah.
And again, we're going to do it again.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah. And these surface, not even surface level problems, surface level solution. Go ahead. I'm gonna try to keep my thought here.
Well,
go ahead, bro.
I have a really big thing on that. Because what happens is our community will attack us for starting to bring up the truth.
Oh, right. Yeah.
We'll start bringing up stuff from the root of the problem.
Bro, quickly take a black card.
Exactly. You're canceled.
You're canceled.
Because I'm thinking about the root.
No.
Because I'm thinking about the roots.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. Because I'm analyzing.
Come on, man.
Because I'm okay to scratch at the root. And then here's the thing, man. If you ever bring up the root of the problem, you get so much pushback because we are taught currently that we need to deal with these surface level problems, and we come up with these surface level solutions because it's out of emotion.
Right.
See, the point of, and Dr. Claude Anderson talked about it, the point of sitting down, it takes time.
Right.
See, sitting down takes some power. You can't, like, it's easy, bro. It's so easy. I'm angry. I'm upset. I go in the street. It's so easy to do it, bro. I'm like, and it to me, it just pushes us constantly further behind on the solution, on getting to the real solution, because constantly we're battling these surface level problems. And I think about it like this, and I started realizing this. And this is this is no point of attack, so I'm not doing that, but I'm only bringing up facts. When there were bills and legislation signed behind Barack Obama for more of the push of LGBTQ than his own race, the black race, I understood that even at that moment, how black people adopted that momentum changed our problem from fighting the black agenda to now incorporating something else into our problem. Which, now I understand this is an all people type of problem, but at the same time, we still are. This is once again, it's a surface level problem. Exactly. We're not going deeper to where this problem originated, and like we said earlier, it originates back to us falling away from our God.
Definitely, I agree.
You gonna say something, brother?
Yeah, but I was saying,
Hey, introduce yourself real quick for the people.
My name is Barry Walker. I'm a sophomore at IU Bloomington. I'm a business and administration major. But basically, what I'm saying, like, it is service level, but what people don't realize, like Josh said, it is deeper than that.
Yeah.
Cause like there was this one saying, a person from your community won't help you as much as a person that doesn't know you. Cause it's like, let's say me and David had the same idea. We both wanted to do fashion or whatever, and we both talk about it. But I end up doing it, and it's like David is like, oh, why am I not the one doing it? Like, why am I not doing this or doing that? Bro, chill out.
I'm so confused, but go ahead.
No, it's like,
no, fully explain yourself, bro. Like fully explain, because I'm thinking you're onto something. But fully explain yourself.
Why am I not the one that's creating these clothes or coming up with these ideas? And it's like I have an underlying vendetta against him because he's doing something that we both talked about. But it's like I go to a different city where nobody knows me, and it's like, oh, he's actually doing some beneficial stuff. Like I want to help him because I genuinely just want to help him. It's like that you don't know nothing about me. It's just you just see what I'm doing type thing. So it's like there's no, like what you said, there's no underlying, what's it called, animosity towards me, because we didn't grow up around each other. You just met me and you see what I'm doing, and you just like, I just want to support him because he's doing what he's doing type thing. It's a lot.
It is a lot, man.
I think you're touching on like a key point when it comes to, and this goes back to going back to God, because you know what the only word I hear in that, well, I heard two words: envy But where did envy derive from? Pride.
Yes.
Right.
What was the first original sin?
Right.
It wasn't the apple tree. It wasn't them being sent down from heaven. It was Lucifer saying, "I will not praise that man. I will not bow down to that man." That was pride.
That's true.
Right.
That's all that it is.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
It's a deep seated problem that we have. And again, we won't recognize it until we look inside ourselves. You have to recognize the different form, because pride breaks down into like 10 different other emotions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's jealousy, there's envy,
Yeah.
there's like 10 different emotions. Now I'll try and share the resources
Even
if I
murder.
can. But that's all it breaks down to. But if we don't go back to the idea that a higher power is in control and what's meant for him is not meant for me, and we must each go our own separate ways in order to really do our true work, to do our true work in order to do God's work, then it doesn't matter. We won't be able to figure that out. Like that's not like we'll continue to be hazed by that cloudiness, that
crab in the barrel.
Crab in the barrel mentality. But I was just reading about this yesterday. Like we tend to have these ideas and we tend to like want to do things, but then we don't stop and think like, yo, does God want me to do this? You know what I mean? Like we try to push our own agenda, but He is the only one that can push an agenda forward. He is the only one that can, like, you know what I'm saying, truly facilitate whatever our destinies will be. So we gotta break it back down.
I definitely agree. You know, and this relates back to a minute ago to his point, the envy. You know, it happens in our own community.
Oh yeah.
With the African man and the black man.
Yeah.
Bro, it's kind of sad because African people and black people kind of have this animosity towards each other, and the way when you think about it, like it's kind of scary because we are arguing with each other, we don't like each other, but the white man sees us as the same.
Well, people divided, bro.
Yes, it's scary. It really is.
Yeah.
Like literally, the white man's they're literally the same person.
Yeah.
Right.
They see us as literally the same exact person, and that's the problem.
I don't know if y'all seen that video that's been going viral about the FBI agent.
Yes.
He was a black guy. See, that proves to your point. They didn't even consider that this could have been an FBI agent.
Right.
They seen a black man.
A black man.
Oh, y'all talking about George Floyd?
No.
I done heard a different story about that. I'm not even gonna get into
Yo,
that.
same.
I'm not getting into that today.
Same.
I'm not getting into that. Did y'all see the viral video of the African lady saying that, yo, like, why y'all protesting? Like, there's no problem. Like, there's an African, and they doing this on purpose. They putting this in the media on purpose. So she's basically like walking around saying like, I don't know, I'm black. I'm not in trouble. I don't care about the George Floyd thing. Yes, he shouldn't have died. But why are you protesting? There's no racism in the world. There's no, like, bro, it was crazy, bro. It was crazy. They literally like trying to put us against
ourselves.
You're African American. I'm African. They're trying to do that, but like she's from Africa. So like her whole perspective is like warped almost. Like it was weird.
It's kind of ignorant.
But fellas, that is a play that has been on us since the beginning. So think about this. Even when we were brought into America, we were taught that Africans didn't come and save us. They could have, but they didn't. And we were taught by slave owners so that they can keep us here, how we should disregard them. You know, that hate for them began back then because we were taught like, oh, they let you go. Oh, they won't come save you.
I've heard the same.
That's a rhetoric that they told us, and literally like we believed it. So of course, just not from y'all side, not from the African side, but from the African American side, we like, man.
But I get what you're saying. Like to tie into that, it's like an ideal. It's like I was listening, like there was an interview, like a breakfast club interview, like a famous rapper or whatever, and it's like he said, I can only help somebody, or I'm only gonna help somebody that's helping themselves. Like he said, I have a group of friends, and if you're not making money, I'm not gonna give you money. He says, if you're able to go out and make money, that makes me want to give you more money. And if you're not making money, I'm not gonna give you anything. So it's like, if you can't provide for yourself, how is somebody else gonna want to help you? But if, like, it's just, I don't know how to really put it in the words.
Now, what you just said is interesting because I can look at that, what you just said, in two different lights. I can look at it from the point of, you know, the law of attraction, which any business person studied. The law of attraction is, if I'm working and I see somebody else working, obviously I'm going to partner up with that person that's working because I know that they are a worker. You know what I'm saying? I know that they'll be able to get the job done versus someone that isn't. You know, and I'm not gonna like want to like pour and invest. And then even thinking about this, and I want to be clear. We've been talking on some spiritual things, so we're not. And I want us to be clear that we're not professing a certain religion or anything. I think we're just talking about strictly spirituality.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, we're coming at it from straight spirituality.
We're
So
all speaking the same language.
exactly. So what I'm getting at is this.
It's the same story told.
What I'm getting at is, think about the parable in the Bible about the what is it? The 1, 5, and 10. What is it called? Y'all help me out. When the king gave the 10.
Oh, the talents.
Talents. Thank you.
Ooh,
Talents. Thank you. The one. So it's all. I can see that story and say in that same point that, you know, he gave one 5 talents. He gave another one 10 talents. He gave another one 1. And the one that had 10, he went and multiplied it. The one that had 5, or it was 1, 2, and 5, I think. But those that had multiple went and multiplied it, right? But the one that had 1, he went and buried his. And to show how like that person is not one who knows how to invest, knows how to take care of business. And business in some relation is understood from a different perspective. When I walked into business, I was able to understand my life at a different level. And when you understand business, you're able to attack things at a different level. So you're able to even look at life at a different angle. So for example, like, let's take for example, like, you know, this protesting and the situation that's going on. I take it from an economics more than just the emotional protesting side. I look at it like, really protesting is for those who have more economics. Because what they're able to do is they're able to wage on what are the things they have and what they want to change. And once they find that change, then they're able to say, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to strategically go out and march, and we're going to protest, and we're going to ask that they change these things. And once they change those things, then we're able to, you know, move about X, Y, and Z. When we don't have the economics, we can't truly protest and actually get benefit. Now, we've got things past, you know, things changed in the past, but look at it. We're still in a situation. 1960, we did a lot of protesting, voting rights, civil rights, even Housing Act. But right after that, redlining came into play. So it was always stacked against us because there was an economics. Exactly. It was always an economic play. So we really don't have the true understanding. And that was just me giving an example of how business helped me understand that. So, and that was just in remark to what you were saying. I can see how you're saying that. But getting back to it, the spirituality thing is I think it's the most important thing, because like I said, that's us realizing that we have to turn back to God.
And I guess even to the other point, the books that we're talking about, monotheism in general, it's a set of rules and guidelines for how to live. Out of everything you just talked about, I just think of one verse: faith without works is dead.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, of course people gonna give you more when they see you're working more, because they see you're working. And if you have faith, you know that he's gonna provide for you, then you will get more. That's an abundance mindset. That's how anything grows. You know what I mean? Manifestation is real. And at the same time, manifestation is also a part of, intention is a huge part of manifestation, because when you have the right intentions, things tend to go your way. Things tend to, you know what I mean, fall in your favor, and you tend to fall in the favor of God when you have the right intention. So, to your point, it's all about going back and figuring out who we are, what he wants us to be, where he wants us to take it all. That's all I've got.
I mean, it goes back to the spirituality aspect. You know, I was reading this book, Accident is Given, by Jerry and Esther Hicks. It talks about putting yourself in this energy, right? Now, so the energy can be translated whatever you want to be. Pretty much putting yourself in this group of people that's actually going to invest in you, so you can be great. You know, it kind of relates to what all of this is going on. right? We have to again like put ourselves in this energy so we can again instead of hatred, all this. I get it, bro. We acting up on emotion. We need to sit down and actually strategize what's going on and how do I actually make an impact that's going to change forever. Instead of again doing this until I was actually thinking about it. The only time we protest, most of the time we protest is when a black man dies. So you're telling me,
in today's world, yes,
right? In today's world, so you're telling me the only time we come together as a black community
is when somebody dies.
is when a black man dies.
But it's not even when a black man dies. It's when a black man dies by somebody else that's not.
Right.
That's true.
Well,
That's technically not true though. That's technically not true because there were protests and march happening with in Chicago based off the high rate of black on black crimes.
Yeah.
And in Indy,
Indy.
it's happened in Indy. Like
there's a couple of cities that had. St. Louis was one too. So like, but
right, I'm talking
strong point is when a black man dies
Right.
is when there's marching going on. Why isn't there marching for better schools,
School systems. Yeah.
education, which it's the basis for a lot of our demise, by the way.
man, honestly, to be honest with you, the way I think about the whole protesting thing and everything that's going on is like, I think everything is happening at an interesting time. The protesting thing, the people have their different viewpoints on that. Is it making a difference? Is it not making a difference? One thing that I think it's causing people to do is definitely think. And it's causing some of the people who are supposed to be thinking and should have been thinking this whole time to think even more. Some of the things that I've been seeing online, some of the studies that have been done, some of the actions that are being taken, some of the strategies that are being built, some of the people that are coming together, i.e. us right here, can we ask ourselves, if this had not been escalated to this point, would we be in this room?
We wouldn't.
That's definitely true.
So
That's the sad truth.
Put it out there, we wouldn't.
we would not be in this room.
That's the sad truth.
And if we were in this room, we'd be talking about business.
Right. That's very true.
It's because of the cry out. It's because of first of all, the exhaustion of our people emotionally. And so as time goes on, as I watch more, as I see more, as I, talk more to people who are going out there protesting and doing things like that, I start to have more of an understanding of what it's actually doing. So, like I said, everybody has their point of view on it, their whatever on it. I believe that there are different types of people too at the same time. There are people who, in the position that they're in right now, they can make more of an impact on policy, actually things changing, on that end, black people than others. Some people, the only voice that they do have is to go out there and literally use their voice and say, hey,
But
we're sick of this, right?
But even in that, it's like all of us in a way have a backwards mindset. In a way, they were talking about Kanye. Kanye recently just popped up because he had donated $2 million to relief funds and everything. And they're like, yeah, he's silent. Then yeah, he did start a college tuition for Gianna, George Floyd's daughter. And people were talking about he was supporting Trump 3 months ago. So all of that he's doing is just to cover up for what he was doing for Trump. And then people looked it up. He didn't ever support Trump's campaign. He donated to Hillary. He gave he said he put the hat on to be able to get into the position.
Well, that's another problem. That's another big problem.
I'm too worried about that, man.
Is we're so quick to point fingers at people. Not only point fingers at people, but we're looking
You're trying
to hear the next. Not even just that, man. That's true, but we're looking to hear the next thing about politics from our entertainers.
Yeah, from people
and things like that.
Not
Yes,
even
they have something to
entertainers.
say. Let them say what they have to say and agree with it or not. Don't press you. Oh, you got to say something. You got to say something. We have black politicians. Why are we not listening to them?
Yeah,
When you start praising false prophets, that's what you get.
That's exactly what it is.
That's it.
And it's a deep root, bro. That's even
It's
a
a
deep
deep-rooted
rooted problem
problem.
in itself, man.
Right.
because
the people that were watching, the people that were trying to emulate, you know, obviously you're gonna go back to those people.
yeah, it's easier. It's easier to hear someone that, and this is what has been done. We've been forced to be put in that situation. See, we've been forced to think that, you know, our entertainers are now our political saviors. You know, we've been forced to believe that, and it's easier sometimes to say, you know, Kanye. It's easy to say Common. It's easy to say Megan Thee Stallion. It's easier to say these people than to look within. It's easier. It's easier to be like, oh, these people. You know, I listened to. I remember when recently on CNN, Don Lemon was saying, you know, hey, I'm not calling out, but I'm saying we need a response from Oprah. We need a response from Drake. We need a response from Tyler Perry. And, you know, these are people who have done their share of work within their community. You know, they've spreaded some type of positivity within their community, and quite frankly, could we be asking somebody to give us information that probably they don't even know themselves? You know, these are people that are not learned. You know, for example, think about a doctor, right? If I have a problem with me that requires doctor attention, why am I going to go to somebody who studies marketing?
Exactly.
What I'm going to say, hey, marketer.
Well, this is the thing.
This is hurting me. How can you help me? Like,
well, this is the problem. We're looking at them because they have money and they can't have the things that we want. But at the same time, at the end of the day, black people own less than 0.5% of the wealth in this country.
Yeah.
1.3.
Yeah.
So they ain't got enough either.
Exactly. They only have a small percentage, and they're looking at the bigger problem. Like, my God, my money can only stretch so far.
And as a matter of fact,
you go do something?
If I lose it, the percentage even goes less.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, so it's tough, man.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah. And back to Virgil, like we made a point about
Oh,
Virgil.
I got a strong opinion on that one,
We
bro.
feel to a certain point, we feel so entitled to people's money. He donated $50, but with the way we didn't think about it is his influence that he has.
Not even just that. How much he probably donated
Probably more than that.
1,000 times.
No, they said
Or
that,
more.
that it was a joke type thing, like the way he did that.
I don't care if it was a joke, if it was him, if it was a typo, if
Y'all
it was
don't know
whatever.
what he doing in the back.
Exactly.
That's exactly what
But
I'm
they're
saying.
so quick to cancel him. Oh, I'll give you put it on 2 Virgils, this and that. Like, every time I see that, I just cringe so bad because
bro.
that's when I'll be like, yo, y'all, this is the problem.
I will say though. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see what he was talking about with like the streetwear culture thing? Like, I think Sean Witherspoon, like they had some ransacked his store in Soho and stuff. And mind you, they doing this to everybody.
Right.
But he was like, yeah, what they did to that store was unthinkable. This, that, and the third. And I'm just like, bro, you acting like he don't got business insurance.
Yep.
Right.
For real.
But
Don't act like this is like really something for like once you get past a certain point, especially as a fashion company, like clothes, like y'all have business insurance. Like y'all, this happens. Don't be that guy.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy now, man. Cause the people need you.
Right.
Like you don't need to be caping for, you know what I'm saying, for just anybody in the moment. You know what I mean?
But that just goes back to, because Virgil's rich, is that our savior?
Yeah.
No, I ain't saying that.
I know you're not saying that. Trust me, we're saying the same thing, bro. But that's
the question.
That's the point. And
Is he for the people? Nah, that's a valid point.
But yeah, he is.
And I believe he is too.
Because I'm pretty sure he has done his. I'm pretty sure he has done his
I'm sure he's done his work.
level of work. I'm pretty sure, but like, but what this concludes to is that overall we are conditioned to point the finger instead of looking back at us.
Mm-hmm.
We're not in a position where we're 100% and we know exactly who we are and we understand our why. And also it goes back to, we haven't clearly made that relationship with God. So therefore, a lot of this confusion that we're into right now is just that we're just trying to find, like I said, these small solutions and not trying to really solve this problem.
so things can go back to normal.
I had this idea, like, man, like, are we truly satisfied when we're done with all of this?
Right. With
like when we get
4 men getting,
or
like
6
men getting
I was
arrested.
just thinking about
are
that.
we satisfied?
Like, are we really comparing the arrest He's not, bro. He's going to jail, and he's probably going to live like a cool jail life.
Yeah.
And then we're still going to be at 1.3%.
Right.
We're still going to be at the
but
bottom.
truthfully, guys, I think there is a change being made. With the stuff I've been seeing,
definitely.
it's unlike anything I've ever seen. I think we're going in the right direction. We just need to amp it up.
Yeah,
we need to get more people to know.
Yeah.
You know, the why, the more deep
Yeah.
rooted. Bro, things are definitely changing.
Yeah.
Let's not get
Definitely,
too
yes, I agree.
Things are definitely changing.
Definitely.
People are definitely educating themselves more
Right.
than I think more than any time.
Look at
before.
us, Serena. Yeah.
We have more access to information we have on our phones,
Mm-hmm.
on our computers and stuff like that. And like I said, things are changing.
Which are probably the best way to kind of like start digging into, because like honestly, whenever I have a question, dude, I go instantly to my phone because I know my phone holds most of the information that I need. I'm not going to typically allude to something else besides like finding a book online or maybe a documentary. I'm not, and one thing too also that I want to address is understanding the level of social media and what it has. It's a great tool, absolutely, and it's used, I think, to really display what is happening around our world. But some of the written information on social media, I have to point out, and I must make this strong, that it's not true. Mm-hmm. It's not real. And a lot of it is misconstrued. And I think about it like this, like it's always used for a level of deceit. I don't know. And did you watch that video, that Pharaoh guy?
Yeah.
One thing that was interesting to me.
Like he was
One thing.
He's talking this shit.
He was talking his stuff, bro. But one thing that was interesting to me is that he pointed out how there's a group called Anonymous that has, you know, a Twitter page, and they were supposed to be arrested. However, somebody's still running their page, and they're putting out some of the information. We must realize that certain information is used to make us react. They put out a post that said, they said that you know, there's only so many cops, like it was in the thousands, but there's 40 million unemployed people. You know, why aren't you on the front line? Mm-hmm. You know, that statement in itself brings so much underlying problems because that statement makes people say and make them think, yeah, why am I not on the front line? But it's a reason why they're pushing people out to that front line. You got to realize, like, maybe sometimes it's sitting down and kind of forming groups and just talking about your next behavior instead of reacting. And I think that's what we've done here.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's going to be a part 2 for sure.
Yes.
Where we sit down and we continue to talk. I know that for all of us, one thing that's big for us is just sharpening our tools and making sure that we're staying up to date with information. But at the same time, we're going to be challenging ourselves through literature and then even some of those conversations. So, you know, this right here, to me, it's almost the beginning of a series. I see a part 2. I see a part 3, because the truth is, I think this conversation got to continue to happen, and not just here, but I think it has to start rolling over into our friend groups, exactly, and homes, and it has to continue happening to the point where if we truly want change, if we truly want to wake up, we have to start listening to some of the people that are actually thinking. And then this is no point or no flag at people that are being the voice and being the action piece. There's nothing wrong with that, because in every system you need that. Mm-hmm. But in this case, we need people to think. We need people to process things in order to have a long-lasting effect on our economy, on our community. Any last thoughts from you guys?
As long as they like just don't get content, because it's like they can give you an inch, and you can be like, oh, we did all this, and like you can just forget about what you just did, and like 2 months later they can take that back from you, and you have to redo the cycle all over again.
Right.
So just keeping that pressure applied, not like just because they send 3 officers to jail, there's still thousands of officers that are still killing people that are still walking free.
Yeah.
So it's like,
no, that's definitely happening. I think people are looking more in that direction of long-term change and change of policy, changing, you know, actual system. Right. But you know, one thing I was going to say as a closing remark is, This right here is us sitting here chatting because of the stuff we know, and because of the stuff we've been exposed to, and it's because of the stuff we're passionate about. But I encourage everyone who's watching to go do research of their own. Go find information. Go, because like I said, everyone's angry right now. Everybody's questioning everything right now. So it's the best time to really drown yourself in that and immerse yourself, I would say, in that information and knowledge.
Definitely, I agree. Again, back to his point, take this time, to learn, do research, even as easy as listening to podcasts, watching YouTube videos about it.
Mm-hmm.
We have this stuff literally hand to us. Like, we have this on our hand. Why don't you use this for good? Use this to actually help our people, so we can go up as a group. Because if you think about it, we came to this together. The only way we can lead is together. We can't lead one by one. We try to lead one by one. It's clearly not working. It goes back to community and stuff. We need to start bring that again. So that's pretty much all that.
I'm gonna speak directly to the camera. Yo, love yourself. It's that simple. When you love yourself, everything else falls into place. Don't worry about the external variables. Don't worry about the things that you can't control. Control the things you know you can. Focus on actions that matter. Figure out your purpose. Love yourself, and everybody else will figure it out.
Oh, that's heavy. Love yourself. It starts internally. It starts internally.
It starts right here.
It starts right here. Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah. Like think about I think about, and this would be the last remark. Jesus was saying, I think they were asking Jesus, what are the most important commandments there is, and the first one was love God, and then the second one was love your neighbor. But you can't love your neighbor or love God until you love yourself.
Loving yourself is loving God.
That's it. That's it.
He's
That's
inside
it.
of all of us.
Right. I was just about to say.
That's it.
Definitely true.
So yeah, man.